Instagram. Share the live. IWER George on Instagram. Share the live. IWER TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Broadcasting from Trinidad to the world, the Street 919fm.com. News from the Street 919fm.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 12 o'clock news on the Street 919 FM and online Facebook and YouTube, sponsored by the Sea Champion. In the headlines, May COVID-19 deaths surpass country's murder toll. China's Sinopharm vaccines arrive in Trinidad and Tobago. Citizens invited to apply for government's salary relief grant, and internationally, France and Austria reopen bars and restaurants as lockdowns ease. And now the news in detail. A grim milestone was recorded yesterday when, in the 24-hour period between Monday and Tuesday, 23 people died due to COVID-19. It means just under one person died every hour of a day in Trinidad and Tobago. Statistics show that 148 people died from COVID in the first 18 days of this month. That is far more than the murder toll for the year so far, which stands at 122. These results make May 2021 now deadlier than all of 2020, and for the fifth time for May 2021, Trinidad and Tobago has reported the deadliest day for the pandemic, with 23 deaths reported on Tuesday. According to the ministry, 15 people who died had comorbidities, including 5 elderly females, 2 middle-aged females, 7 elderly males, and 1 middle-aged male. The remaining 8 people did not have significant underlying medical conditions, including 2 elderly females, 3 middle-aged females, 1 elderly male, and 2 middle-aged males. Yesterday, the country reported 601 new COVID-19 cases, marking the second highest jump in daily reported cases for the pandemic to date. These cases originated from samples taken during the 72 hours from May 13th through May 16th. The country's total COVID-19 cases now stand at 17,150, with 6,318 cases considered active. Active cases include COVID-19 positive people isolated at home, in step-down facilities or hospitals across the country. Meanwhile, 2 more COVID-19 deaths have been recorded in Tobago. This was announced this morning by the THA's Division of Health, Wellness and Family Development. The fatalities were 2 women aged 62 and 71 with comorbidities. The division also said 12 people have tested positive for the virus, while 4 have been discharged. There are now 100 active COVID-19 cases in Tobago. In other news, a shipment of 100,000 Sinopharm vaccines arrived in Trinidad and Tobago. The Health Ministry shared photos of the shipment, which arrived in the wee hours of this morning. Health Minister Terence Dialson confirmed that the vaccines, which have been approved by the World Health Organization for emergency use, were received and inspected. Meanwhile, Chinese ambassador to Trinidad and Tobago Fang Qiu said over the space of a year, China has provided vaccine assistance to over 80 countries and 3 international organizations, and vaccine exports to over 50 countries. The ambassador shows that the Sinopharm vaccine is over 90% effective in reducing the risk of hospitalization for the virus. The Finance Ministry is inviting eligible citizens who have lost their source of income during May 2021 to apply for the salary relief grant. The ministry said, however, that citizens who apply for a salary relief grant, which is issued through the Ministry of Finance, cannot also apply for an income support grant, which is a separate grant issued via the Ministry of Social Development and Family Services. The ministry says anyone who suffered job or income loss from May 1st, 2021 is eligible for a grant of up to $1,500, while anyone who suffered job or income loss from May 8th, 2021 is eligible for a grant of up to $1,000. Applications are open from May 18th to midnight May 31st. For application forms, visit the Finance Ministry's website. Internationally, bars, shops and cultural spaces across France have reopened their doors as the country starts lifting restrictions aimed at preventing the spread of the coronavirus. From Wednesday, groups of up to 6 people are allowed to eat together at outdoor restaurant terraces. France's nationwide curfew is also being pushed back from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. France has recorded more than 5.9 million cases of the coronavirus and 108,201 COVID-related deaths since the start of the pandemic, according to Johns Hopkins University data. Meanwhile, Austria has also allowed restaurants, cinemas and theaters to open for the first time in 6 months. Customers with a green pass showing a negative test, vaccinations or recovery from an infection will now be able to take advantage of Austria's new rules. Austria entered its second nationwide lockdown in November after reporting record numbers of daily infections. Fewer than 600 new cases were reported on Tuesday, down from a peak of 9,586 on November 12th. And that was the 12 o'clock news on the street, 919 FM, and online Facebook and YouTube, sponsored by the Sea Champion, recapping the headlines. May COVID-19 deaths surpass country's murder toll. China's Sinopharm vaccines arrive in Trinidad and Tobago. Citizens invited to apply for government's salary relief grant. And internationally, France and Austria reopen bars and restaurants as lockdowns ease. I am Vanessa Thomas. Good afternoon.
News from the street. 919fm.com.